Hey folks, this is John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods, and today here in our showroom, brand new to us, is this 1969 Chevy Camaro here that we're going to go over with you right now. So we're going to take you on the walk around with us, try to point out, you know, everything that we're seeing here and give you a good description of the car. And then of course, if you have any more questions after you watch the video and go to our website and check out all the options, then obviously, you know, as we tell everybody, always reach out to us by phone, email, text, one way or another. Get something to us there so you can ask us questions on it, and we'll be more than glad to go over the car with you over the phone, email, or text. So again, 69 Chevrolet Camaro. Obviously you see here ours is done in the blue exterior. Now the paint looks really nice on this car. It's got a slight metallic to it here. Again, just an overall, just a nice looking car as we walk around here. Of course, you see it's got the white rally stripes up over top of the front end here, the hood, the cowl induction hood, and then of course those will continue on to the rear deck lid, and we'll check that out as we get back there. Now as far as badging and so forth on our car, you can see here that we do have the Z28 emblems on the front fender, and those emblems are in great shape. All of your turn signal bezels and marker lights and so forth, those are all in really good shape too. This car does have all of your bright wheel lip moldings also on it, and again, all of which are all attached, good and secure, nice and straight and polished up really nice on the car. Wheels and tires for this car, they've elected to go with American Racing Torq thrust wheel. Now that does in fact have the magnesium colored centers or spokes, and then the machined lip around the outside of the wheel there. Just kind of a nice classic look for the car. Size on these, we've got 17-inch wheels on the front, and they did go with 18s on the back. Now as far as the tires go, same name brand. Now I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce the name brand, Otsu or something close to that. The size on the tires, 235/45, 17s on the front, and then out here on the back we do have the 245/45, 18s back here. Now, of course, as I moved towards the back of the car, we now see that we've got the Camaro script here on the back side of our front fender. We also have the rocker moldings down here, the bright rocker moldings, nicely polished up, and again, good and straight and all secured down there at the bottom. No loose emblems or moldings on this car whatsoever. Everything is good and solid here. As far as our panel fitment here and alignment on this car, as far as all of your body lines, you can see that everything all matches up here on the car. Our elevations are actually really good condition on this car too, right on with our rear quarter panels as well as the front fenders here over on the driver's side. The gaps on the car here, nice and tight on your back side here of your door. Up front, you got just maybe a tiny bit more gap up here, but again, as you open that door up there, that's probably why they elected to do that, just to make sure that it was not going to hit or interfere with anything up there. As far as the mirrors go, we have just the one on the driver's side. It's the rectangular mirror here. Chrome on that mirror is in great shape, and the glass in it is in great shape too. Your bright drip rail moldings here, again, you can see super straight, nicely polished up here, good and secure in the car. Also, I'm going to run my finger through that rain gutter, nice and smooth all the way through there. The glass here on the driver's side, again, you can see it is slightly tinted here. No chips, cracks, or scratches at all on the glass. All of your moldings and so forth here, like on your quarter window, those are all in great condition too. Even the chrome on your door handle, there's no pitting or scratching on that. Looks really good. Let's open our door up. And we'll take a look, obviously, at our interior now. All black interior. You've got the front bucket seats up front with the headrests. You've got the bench in the back. Of course, all seat belts are present. They are retractable belts on those front seats. As far as the front section here of your interior, your dash and so forth, dash is in great shape. The dash pad itself, there's no cracks, no rips or tears anywhere in that dash pad. As far as your instrument cluster, they did upgrade this. It is the Dakota digital gauges in there, the VHS package there. Again, a really nice set of gauges, and you can see you're going to have, you know, just you're going to have control over all of the instruments there, as far as your speedo, fuel gauge, water temperature, oil pressure, everything. And in fact, they do have the digital readout there as far as the odometer goes as well. Sport style steering wheel, that 3-spoke designer on the steering wheel, full length center console with the 4-speed shifter there, Hurst shifter with the Hurst shift ball on top. All of your upholstery on the seats are in really good shape, no rips or tears there. Carpeting is in great condition here. Door threshold plates or door sill plates, those are in great condition too. As you can see, they're not all banged up, they're nice and polished up there. All of the correct screws, all holding everything together. All of your weather stripping and seals up around the top sides here of your doors, all of that is in great shape. There's no rips or tears anywhere. All securely mounted on all of your glass, all of your windows, so that everything seals up. Door jamb U-seals are in great shape. This stuff all looks fairly new. Of course, your weather stripping all the way around the door is in great condition. Rubber bump stops here. Again, the door panels look to be really, you know, pretty much new on this car. They're in great shape, and the armrest pads here are in great shape too. You see there's no cracks or any splits in those armrests. That's where you see a lot of wear and tear at on the interiors, along with the seat upholstery, but again, everything looks to be in really good condition here. We close our door up. Again, it shuts nice and easy, good solid thud there. And again, everything looks to be all sealed up very nice. As we come back, the quarter panel here, again, nice and straight here on the quarter panel. We've already gone over the wheel lip moldings, the wheel sizes, tire sizes, all of your side marker lights, the bezels and the lenses are in great shape. We come back to the rear of the car now. First thing, we'll start top and kind of work our way down here. So again, your glass here for your rear window, that's in great shape. No chips, cracks, or scratches. All of your bright work, your molding and trim around the window, all securely fastened as it should be and in great shape. You've got those rally stripes that I talked about earlier that continue down that rear deck lid and up over your rear trunk spoiler here. That is in really good shape and all securely fastened too on the car. You've got your nice chrome rear bumper here. Again, there's no pitting, no scratches on this rear bumper, polished up really well. Tail lights, the bezels and lenses are all in great shape. There's no chips, cracks, or splits anywhere that I can see. Those all look good. Of course, you've got the matching Z28 badging back here on the tail panel of the car, and the rear lower valance here on the car is in great shape too. And again, you've got these little extensions here, or the bumperettes for the 69, and again, those all look to be in good shape. Now I've got the keys here. We're going to open our trunk lid up, take a look inside. So the key, in fact, does work the lock. Your hinges and the spring function as they should, all holding the trunk lid up on its own. And again, you'll see the underside of the trunk lid here painted that same blue as the exterior of the car. You've got the little rubber pads here so that when that trunk lid closes, it sits on those pads and not so much just metal to metal anywhere. Plus, you do have the weather stripping here all the way around the trunk here. That is in excellent shape. Again, this all looks to be new here. Again, it meets right together in the center. And of course, all of your water channels here, your rain gutters, these are all good and solid, and that is going to direct any water that you would come in contact away from the trunk itself and out the back of the car. Now, as we look inside of our trunk, again, you can see how, great condition that this trunk floor is in. Again, you can see it hasn't been overly coated with paint and so forth. You can see all of your stamping lines in the floors. You can see the brand new drain plugs that have been installed in here. Again, just an excellent looking trunk floor for this particular car. It's in great shape. We'll close this up. Okay, it shuts really nice. Again, your gaps on your trunk lid back here are actually really nice for this car here. Again, all pretty uniform all the way around here. So again, no issues there. As we start down the passenger side, again, first thing I'm going to look at is how nice and straight this is down the side. Again, elevations on this car, pretty good. Again, nice and straight all the way down. And you can see you're pretty on, pretty dead on here as far as your quarter panels and doors, and as far as the door to the front fender there. Again, your gap here on the back side of your door, really nice gaps here. And then up front, again, a little bit wider gap up to the front, but again, as you open that door up, you're going to see as it swings open, it gets a little bit closer sometimes. So again, you could rough it up a little bit better probably, but again, all in all, not bad on this particular car. All the things that we've gone over on the other side, we'll take a look at those too here. Again, your drip rail moldings, nice and straight, polished up really well. The rain gutter itself, nice and smooth all the way throughout there. Again, all of your trim pieces here are in great shape with no pitting. Door handle, no pitting here either. Glass, no chips, cracks, scratches here. Just looks to be in really good condition. You've got that matching rocker molding down there too with the other side. Nice and straight. It's not wavy whatsoever, and all securely attached to the rockers. Let's open our door up on this side, and we'll take a look just so we can get a good overall on that whole interior. Again, just kind of looking at things like the seat upholstery, the carpeting, door panels, the dash, now that we're over here on the passenger side of the car, all of which is in really good condition. Now this particular car, it looks to be like a radio delete car, so you just have the nice smooth panel there where the radio would be. Again, your center console's in great shape, the Hurst shifter and the Hurst shift ball there also. Like I said, dash pad itself is in great condition on this car too. Same thing over on this side as we look at our weather stripping and our seals all the way around. No rips or tears anywhere. Your quarter window seals here are all securely fastened and in good condition. Door jamb U-seals look to be new, as well as the weather stripping and seals around your door here. And again, the door panel over here, same thing, in excellent shape and no splits or cracks in that armrest pad. Everything looks to be in great condition. That door closes nice and easy. Again, you've got the matching Camaro script emblem on the back side of the fender. Very nice condition wheels again. You got all your bezels, lenses on your marker lights, the Z28 badging here on the front fender. You also do have the fender mount antenna there, so that, if you did have the radio there, that's going to help pick you up some reception. Now, as far as the front end of the car, we do have a very nice front bumper here. Again, polished up really well, no scratches, no pitting in that front bumper. The grille itself is in incredible condition here. It's got the gray look to it, so it actually matches up really well with those magnesium centers on your wheels. So again, it offsets things. You've got the badging here, the Z28 badging on it. Now this is an X11 car. It's just not a real Z28. They just badged it as such. Again, header panel looks to be in good shape here. It all matches up with the fenders really well. well. You've got your steel 2-inch cowl induction hood. Those stripes look good. Come back here to the windshield now. No chips, cracks, or scratches. Again, all of your bright work and your molding here, all securely fastened. The wiper arms themselves are in great condition. They look good, nice and polished. And then again, a good set of wiper arms. Now, on the front end here, as I look down, we do in fact have that black front air dam or that chin spoiler. Again, it is in great shape. And when we get underneath here, we'll show you that it's got all the necessary brackets and all mounted good and secure. There's no cracks or anything in it. It's in really good shape. Now we will, as we do all the time, we're going to open up our hood. So let me get the latch here. So the latch does in fact work. As we raise our steel cowl induction hood, you'll see the underside first and foremost, painted the same blue as the exterior of the car. We've got the hinges and the springs, the whole entire engine compartment itself, all done in black. Looks really nice and neat underneath the hood here. Hinges and springs working as they should be, as you can see, holding that hood up all on their own. Now, as far as the engine that we have in here, we'll go over that. Try to kind of work it top to bottom. Starting with the top, yes, we do have a chrome air cleaner, and it does have that 427 decal on it. That is in fact what's in here. This is a 427 cubic inch big block Chevrolet engine, so you're going to get nice performance out of this. Good amount of torque with the big block engines there too. Now underneath the air cleaner, we do in fact have a Holley 770 CFM carburetor with the electric choke on it. Obviously you can see an Edelbrock RPM air gap aluminum intake on there. Again, that's going to help deliver the air and the fuel to this motor here a whole lot better than a stock cast intake. Obviously a nice set of chrome valve covers there. Nice chrome water gooseneck. As far as the ignition system on this car, the electrical system, you can see there it does in fact have a Pertronix flamethrower distributor as well as coil to go along with it. So a matched up set for your distributor and coil, and it's got a very good set of Taylor Spyro Pro 8mm plug wires to help deliver the spark from that distributor down to those spark plugs. As far as the heads go, those are going to be just a set of cast heads. Obviously you can see here we've got the AC compressor. This car does in fact have AC. It is all functioning. You can see all of your heater lines, all of your AC lines are plumbed nice and neat. You can see everything here. No leaks, no drips anywhere to speak of. Everything's nice and dry. Belts are all in great shape on this car too. To help cool this big block, of course, we've got a Champion aluminum radiator in here. These aluminum radiators cool these cars so much more efficiently. Steel fan blade with a clutch fan in it as well. That's going to help keep everything nice and cool there also. If we look back here along the firewall, we're going to have obviously our brake booster there. So we do have power brakes on this car. It is disc brakes up front, drums on the rear, all complete with the emergency brake all hooked up. And of course, it does in fact have the power steering on it as well. Now this particular vehicle does have the tubular A-arms on it also. So that's going to, eliminate, sometimes with your OE style A-arms, sometimes you'll get a little deflection in the suspension and so forth. With the tubular stuff, it's a lot stronger, a lot nicer to work on too whenever you need to do something to them also. Ball joints, tie rods, all that stuff is all in great shape, and we'll go over all that stuff when we get to the underside. Now behind this motor, well, first, exhaust system. 1 3/4 long tube headers on it, going into a full 2.5-inch exhaust with a good set of turbo style mufflers on it. Of course, it's got the tailpipes on it also. So that'll complete our engine. Then behind here, we do have the Muncie M21 4-speed manual transmission. And as far as the rear end goes, it is a GM 12-bolt POSI unit inside that rear end, and it's a 3/6 273 gear ratio. So there, we've pretty much been all around the car now, inside of it, in the trunk, under the hood. The very next thing that we have to do now, of course, is go underneath it to show you the conditioning of everything underneath there and tell you what all those components are. And then finally, we always fire these up here so that you get to see exactly what that motor sounds like with the exhaust that is equipped on this car. Now, as I always go over with you, if you're, depending on where you're watching the video from, if you by chance are not on our website, I always recommend that you go to our website, www.hanksters.com. There you're going to see upwards of 100 photos of this car. As a matter of fact, all the cars that we have here, you'll get to see plenty of photos, as well as the video you're watching right now. You'll also see on there for each car, we've got a description, we've got the options there for you. You're going to see the retail pricing, and then that's kind of where I come in at again. With the retail pricing, that is going to include enclosed shipping to anywhere within the contiguous 48 states. It's also going to include a 3-month, 3,000-mile Hanksters powertrain warranty, and that's on our certified cars there for the most part. Again, if you decide you want to go with this car and you have any questions about that, just reach out to us. We'll be glad to walk you through how that whole process all works with it as well. Anything as far as changes to any kind of accessories or parts, we do offer, services like that here. It just all depends on what you're looking to have added to the car or changed. Again, I just recommend that you reach out to us and let us know what that might be that you're looking to have done to the car to make it your own, and we'll be glad to get you pricing on parts and labor for that. With that said, we're pretty much done here with the walk around. We're just going to take a moment now to close everything up, and then we'll take this back and get it on our lift so we can show you the underside of this vehicle. All right, folks, so here we are once again. We're back here in our shop. We've got the 69 Chevy Camaro here up on our lift, so we're going to go through this car front to back like we always do, and I'm going to point out to you everything that I'm seeing underneath here and kind of go over the condition of things, since again we've already been through the walk around and we pretty much kind of discussed everything there. This is more so to kind of go over it again and give you the condition of everything underneath here. So starting at the front, obviously on our 69 Camaro, we do have that front air dam here, the black front air dam. And again, it is in great condition. It's got all of your support braces here. All the hardware here has it all attached, good and secure. It's not going anywhere on this vehicle. No cracks, no splits anywhere either. It is a good solid piece. Up just behind that, we've got our aluminum radiator that we've gone over. Now again, this thing is super dry all the way across the bottom of the radiator. Even things like your AC lines and so forth, those are all nice and dry, everything underneath here. Back a little bit further now, we've got our cross member. Again, important piece, because again, all of your suspension all bolts right off of this piece, and that cross member is good and straight all the way underneath here. Now, as far as the front suspension goes on this car, a very nice setup here for this car. It is an all tubular upper and lower control arm setup for this vehicle. It also has a 5/8 sway bar on it. Now the sway bar bushings at the frame and out at the sway bar end links here are all in great shape. It looks like it's had fairly new, if not brand new, sway bar end link bushings put on the vehicle. So again, everything's going to be nice and tight on this car. The ball joints at the ends of your tubular control arms, those all look to be fairly new and in great condition. You can tell things have been greased and maintained underneath here very, very well on this vehicle. The car actually has power steering, which we've already been over, and we always check things like your pitman arm, your drag link, tie rods, tie rod ends, all of that stuff, and all of your ball joints on each and everything. And again, everything's been checked over, everything all in good shape. All of your rubber dust boot covers are all intact, so that's going to keep that grease in and keep dirt and debris out, make those ball joints and tie rod ends last a whole lot longer for you. Shocks and springs are all in great shape. They're probably more along the lines of like an OE style shock and spring, nothing too spectacular there. Again, it is a power brake car as well. Disc brakes obviously up front, and it's just going to be pretty much like your GM components, the calipers, rotors, brake pads. So anytime you need any of those consumable items there to you know, upgrade your car and do maintenance on, you're going to be able to find that stuff at your local auto parts store anywhere. Now wheels and tires to kind of complete here at the ends. We do have the American Racing Torque Thrust style wheel with the magnesium painted centers. Again, we've already seen that from our external walk around video. Now the fronts are 17-inch, and as far as the tires go, these are 235 45 17s on the front. Now when we get to the rear, those are a slightly different size wheel and tire, but we'll go over that as we get back there. Coming back more now to the center of the vehicle, again, we've got that 427 cubic inch big block Chevrolet motor. Obviously not a numbers match motor, but we're checking things out like the oil pan gasket and seals. And this is all nice and dry underneath here. Even at your drain bolt here, no leaks or drips whatsoever. Right behind it, once again, that Muncie M21 4-speed manual transmission. It does in fact have the cover on the front of it, so that's going to help protect that flywheel. Everything, all your side cover and everything, as far as the transmission goes, that is all nice and dry. We've got your transmission cross member here, nice and straight all the way across. The transmission mount itself is in good condition. And then also back here at the output shaft seal, that is nice and dry where your slip yoke slides into the transmission, into those splines. All of the linkages and everything all look to be, you know, in good condition underneath here. Really no other way to describe those. They're hooked up, adjusted, everything shifts nice underneath here. Now as far as the exhaust, you can see we've got the long tube headers here, a complete 2.5-inch exhaust all the way back. Looks to be a set of dual, they look like Flowmaster mufflers. They might have them turned so the Flowmaster is up on top, but that's the exact muffler they look like. So again, you can see the exhaust system here is all in great shape, nice and tight to the floors here. Again, comes in tight to your tunnel here also, but yet leaving plenty of room for your drive shaft clearance. The drive shaft itself is a balanced drive shaft, so that will eliminate any kind of drive line vibrations that you may have in the car. Frame and floors, the frame section, the subframe up front, all in great shape, nice and straight, good and square, doesn't look like it's ever been banged on anything. Your body mount bolts and bushings are all in great shape. There's no splits or cracks in any of those bushings. Again, they look, the hardware and the bushings all look to be very, very new, if not brand new. Stainless brake lines and fuel lines on this car, so nothing should rust out on you as far as that goes. You can see it's got that spiral wrap on it to kind of help prevent the kinking and so forth whenever they do a bend in those. And again, you see it does have in fact all of the cables, all of the frame, the J hooks and so forth for the emergency brake, and that is all plumbed all the way to the back, and functional emergency brake on the car. The floors on this thing, well, you can look up and see how great a condition these are. I don't see any patching whatsoever, and what we have here, it is all the correct metal, all good and solid the whole way from front to back, looks good. All of your drain plugs all as they should be here. Again, just very nice looking floors on this car underneath, and again, it just looks like they've been maybe painted like a flat black. I don't see any like any undercoating or anything that would like hide anything. Again, everything's right there and looks great. As far as your pinch welds and your rockers on both sides, pinch welds are super straight down both sides of the car, and your rockers are good and solid down both sides as well. As we come back here a little further now, the rear suspension on the car, we do have the multi-leaf rear suspension back here, along with a set of air shocks. And again, those air shocks are nice, easy to work with. You just simply put an air hose on them, and then you can raise or lower the ride height of the rear of the car, put it wherever you like it there. That's the ease and the simplicity of the air shocks back here. All of your hardware, your U-bolts and so forth around your axle with the leaf springs and so forth, those are all look to be new. The shocks look to be new. Everything looks great. As far as the differential on this car goes, this is a 12-bolt GM rear end. It is a POSI unit, and again, it is a 373 gear ratio in here. The front snout, nice and dry. As we look at our rear differential cover here, that is nice and dry all the way around. As I mentioned again, still your brake lines here all run nice and neat along the rear end, nice and dry also. As we look up, finish out our exhaust system here with a nice set of tailpipes here up over top of your rear end, and of course those exit out right between the leaf spring and the rear quarter panel on each side of the car. As we look up here at the trunk floor, once again, good and solid from everything I can see underneath here. Looks to be in great shape. The fuel tank itself, all painted black, but again, in great condition. No dents or dings whatsoever there on the fuel tank. All of your mounting hardware, the straps, the rubbers and so forth, all of which are in great shape, and your fuel lines all the way back to your tank here are all super dry. As far as the wheels and tires, before we get done here, it is an 18-inch wheel now. The tires are all the same name brand, same tread pattern, but the size on the backs, I believe, are 245, 45, 18s on the rear of the car here. So that's pretty much an overview of everything that we see underneath the car here and the condition of everything. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and lower this down now. Of course, like always, we'll now open the hood up and we'll get you a video clip of the engine running, so you get to hear what that 427 cubic inch big block Chevy sounds like, along with this full 2.5-inch exhaust with what appears to be a set of Flowmaster mufflers.